Thank you, Peter, for joining us today at our interview via Holland FinTech. Every month, we try to have open conversations with our members about different topics and themes from the FinTech industry. And this month, we're discussing cryptocurrencies, tokens, and blockchain. So for this purpose, we invited Peter Den Doven from mintBlue to talk to us about their initiatives. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks.
First and foremost, I wanted to thank you for joining us today here. And maybe just for the beginning, introduce a little bit what mintBlue is about. And just a slight short overview of your initiatives.
Yes, so mintBlue empowers individuals and businesses to take absolute ownership of their data. And to do that, we simplify blockchain development, allowing businesses to focus on their core business rather than the complex underlying blockchain infrastructure. So we provide solutions to store, share, track, and monetize data while maintaining absolute ownership. We're not so much focused on crypto, but rather what blockchain as a technology can enable.
Yeah, understandably so. So, okay, in this oversaturated, let's say, not even oversaturated, but very vibrant market of blockchain in general, in your opinion, what do you think that you guys bring to the table that is a little bit different?
So first of all, we focus on public blockchain for enterprise. Much like the internet started with private networks, etc., we believe the true value lies in one system that anyone can use. And so we've worked on scaling the infrastructure to a point where we support enterprise level scale on the public blockchain, something that most people believe to be impossible.
Okay.
In March, we broke the world record of most transactions in a day on a public blockchain.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And apart from that, we focus on non-custodial data solutions. So that means that any of the data processed with mintBlue never leaves any device unencrypted, essentially enabling the user to have full control over their data.
Yeah, that's actually one interesting point that I saw, that one of the key selling points were the fact that you yourselves as an entity don't necessarily have any access to that specific data, but it just lays in the user's hand. I think that's really impressive and interesting, and as an asset for a client.
Yes, so they can maintain the full control over it.
Yeah, makes sense. So you already kind of talked about this before, but maybe you can add on top of it. So what processes do you think or key features you guys adopt to increase the security of users and their data on your platform?
Yeah, so there's many technicalities, but in essence, the most important thing is that the user's keys are in the control of the end user. mintBlue doesn't have them. They live on the machine that the end user uses. And so using the platform, users can be sure that no one unauthorized can access their data or assets. And since mintBlue cannot access the data of the users, there is no central place to attack. And that extensively increases data security. There's a lot more of techniques we use to increase security even more. We use double encryption, etc. But well, most of those things are quite technical and hard to explain to a general audience.
Fair enough. Also, me too. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that. On a unrelated topic, when it comes to incorporating decentralized finance, so DeFi, how do you guys align with that?
So we really don't focus on DeFi. If you ask me, DeFi is mostly an unregulated casino with its main use case being money laundering. That's something we want to stay far away from. But that's not to say that allowing self-custody doesn't have its benefits. And so the technology can be used to help regulated players in the market to increase security, transparency, verification, and decrease the overall costs more than it is some kind of revolution in finance.
I understand. Yeah. But what about on a regulatory level? and compliance. Like, what do you think? We can talk about that when it comes to your specific company.
Yeah. So we're not we do not enable our users to trade cryptocurrency, etc. And so we don't have that much worry about regulation about cryptocurrency
Hmm.
in general. And we more use the blockchain to help regulatory compliance around things, data laws such as GDPR, where where end users can become controllers of their own data, and in that sense, have complete control over how that data is used. Um, so we're more handling things around data regulation, in essence, than any other of the compliance laws.
I see. So, okay, I see. So, key focus on the security, on the privacy, and as you said, since it's not as crypto centric in that case, then
Mhm.
it's not necessarily full on focus in the regulatory space,
Yes.
but more, yeah, completely understood.
Um,
Well,
I
please.
can add to that though, is that we're also working on tokenizing euros with a regulated company.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, the company itself already does AML, already does KYC. And so what we provide there is mostly the link with blockchain, making sure that the
Mm-hmm.
KYC is linked to the transactions that happen on the blockchain, as well as feeding transactions that happen on the blockchain to post-processing systems for anti-money laundering.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell me more about the tokenization of the euro? Like, what are the projects in mind there?
Well, we're still working on it,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're. It's a whole compliance thing, of course. So there's a lot of bureaucracy to go through, but in essence, we just provide a technology that enables to tokenize anything, which can be a fungible token such as the euro. And so there's companies that already do tokenization of euros. We just
Mm-hmm.
enable a blockchain layer to do that very cheaply on a high scale and very transparently.
Yeah. Okay. That is very fair. Earlier on, when we were talking, you mentioned a recent highlight. What would you say on the opposite side of the spectrum would be some maybe difficulty or, I don't know, some sort of issue that has been addressed recently that you feel like really proud of?
Well, I'm very proud of getting the world record in most transactions on the blockchain, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say our main challenge still is education. Most people have been taught that blockchains are expensive and unable to scale, and they lack lots of functionalities. But the opposite is true. Blockchain scales very well. It can do basically anything a computer can do. You just have to implement it well. And so we spent a lot of time and effort educating people and trying to empirically show how it can be done.
Okay, interesting. So a bit of an accent on educating people better on the operations and how everything functions.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do see how you would say that people have a skewed view on things. I understand that. All right. So now that that is over with, if you think about some project or exciting feature that there is in the pipework, what would pipeline down the line? What comes to mind and what that is?
There's a lot of exciting stuff. So currently we're working on a new feature we call machines. And these machines are programs that are fed with transactions that happen on the blockchain. So each transaction on a blockchain is an action that happens in such a program. The machines interpret these transactions and return a certain state at a certain point in time. And this enables different companies to essentially work together on the same data layer or database. Um, and that enables auditing of everything that happened that led to a certain state. And so in essence, you can time travel to what happened in a certain application and see what the state was at any point in time. And the goal here is to give a developer experience that's comparable to Ethereum, which they have quite a nice developer experience, but with the scalability of our infrastructure.
Okay, very nice, very exciting. So, all right, on then a larger scale, we have machines going in the works. When you think about the long term, so say 5 years, where ideally would you like to see mintBlue going, or maybe what you already are planning or plotting?
Uh, Well, we believe in 5 years the industry will have moved from speculation-driven casino, so to say, towards more tangible blockchain solutions for businesses as well as individuals, and we aim to become the de facto infrastructure provider facilitating that move.
Nice, very high aspirations, but definitely achievable with the some work. I have a bonus question for you. When in our interaction earlier on this week, you mentioned teased a little bit of a research paper that you would get us interested in. What is the topic, and why do you think it's an essential piece of information for anyone who wants to get educated?
We did a whole lot of qualitative research on which industries would benefit the most from implementing blockchain technology and why. And so we researched a whole lot of them and came to some conclusions where the most interesting stuff may fit.
Okay, nice. Well, we won't spoil anything more because it will come out, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Peter, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. And yeah, just keep updated with the Mint Blue and their initiatives, a valued member of ours. And that's it for today.
Thanks very much.